So I need to fix the car, but I have a lot of work ahead of me. This is the gaping hole that I have to fix. Previously I just used some putty over it, but it got to this point and now I have to do a proper job. At least almost. A proper job would be to use welding and use a piece of steel sheet. I don't have a steel sheet, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to weld it because A, I don't have a welder, and I also can't weld that thin material. So I'll do the next best thing, a DIY approach. I'll have to remove all of the rust and I'll use a mesh like this, put it behind, as you can see, hopefully you can see it, and then I'll use some putty again to hopefully fix it into place. Then I'll have to sand everything down and put some spray over it. But it's not going to be that easy, because I actually have to take the wheel off if I want to have proper access to the rusted part. So I got the wheel off. What's next? Well, I have to take the plastic off, maybe, unless I can just get the wire mesh in, then I don't have to take this whole plastic piece off. But I would still need to put the putty from the inside. Well, I think this is one whole piece and I won't be able to get it off because it's being held in place with something else other than screws, and I just don't want to mess with that. So what I think I'll do is I'll just start grinding all of the rust down from the outside, and maybe I can also grind it a bit from the inside. Now this wire mesh that I have, I don't know the dimensions of the hole. If I stretch it out, maybe 2 by 2 millimeters, and you don't need the steel pliers to cut it. You can just use normal scissors because the wire is thin. As you can see, it also moves a lot. So I do hope that this mesh will work in this situation. I've never tested it out, so I'll see how it goes. I'll use this, I think it's called gaffer's tape, from the inside. Hopefully this will hold it on the right side. Kind of. I think I'll just make a ball out of it and put it on the inside. I think this should do it. Now all I have to do is find something so I can mix the putty on. Hopefully this doesn't move on me, but it doesn't look the best. Now it's time to open some putty, and you also need to have a hardener. Let's open this up. I also have no idea how much I need. This is probably good enough, hopefully. And now we have to mix. I'll do it on the outside first, and then hopefully I can also put it on the inside. So basically now I have to wait for this to dry out. So it's been about 10-15 minutes. I will see if it's solid. It is. Take these two pieces out. Make a new batch, put some on the front and on the back. And then I'll also do it on the other side, but I'll just show you this side. How long we have to mix the putty and this hardener. Well, for as long as the hardener is visible, in this case it's pink, so I don't want to see any working color. And you have to do it fast, because you don't have enough time to then put this on. So this is it for this side. I will now wait for this to dry out. And once it does, I'll have to hand sand it to a nice smooth finish. And once that is done, I can paint it over. As you can see, I've done the fix already once. This is the original color, and this is the light red color that I have on hand. So when I do the sanding, I'll just sand this section down and then take it off to do the spraying. Now the only sandpaper that I have is this one, 320 grit. I do have a 41, but I think that one would be too rough. So I'll just use this one, and I'll use a piece of styrofoam, and hopefully this will allow me to make nice smooth lines. So this one's a bit too smooth. I will just go lightly over the putty with the 40 grit and see what it does. So it actually went fine with this 40 grit, as you can see, but now I'll finish it off with the 320. So I'll take some isopropyl alcohol to wipe this down. So I think it's good. It's not the best, but it's a DIY solution, and I've done it fairly fast. Now all that I have to do is to mask a section out so I don't spray the whole car. So how you can easily mask this out is with a piece of paper, but you don't just stick it onto the surface. You fold it over a little bit so it's something like this. And once you do that, this will allow you so you don't have a sharp edge when you spray over the paper. At least that's the idea. So now I'll use a gray primer. You have to shake the can for about a minute, go horizontally, wait for about 5 minutes, and then also go vertically. At least that's what it says on the can. I think that should do it. In this case it says to wait 3 to 5 minutes, then go vertically. And yes, I didn't do the best job at masking the bottom section out. Now the horizontal movement was definitely better than this vertical one, as I could see some splotches, but I'll be able to take those out with a bit of sanding. Wet sanding, that is. So this has been drying for 10-15 minutes now. It should be enough. And I'm impatient, so I won't be doing anything to the paint. I'll just put a red color over it. I just have to mix it first. I think that should do it. And just for a good measure, what I'll do, instead of just leaving it like so, also apply some clear coat, and that will be it. So this camera is not playing very nice when it comes to, well, taking the video and focusing. So the end result looks like this. Oh, too much sun. So this is a bad job of me using the putty, but you know, it's also a lot of putty in there, so I just hope it holds. I'm not touching it just yet because the paint could still be a little bit tacky. You can see the new paint and the old paint, and also a bit of the primer paint, but that's okay. Let's take a look what I've done on the other side. You see this? This was inside the curry. Where exactly? Down at this panel. So this panel also had a huge gaping hole. Well, two holes. One here and one here. I also managed to squeeze the mesh in and painted it over. Now, was this worth doing? Who knows? We'll see. If it holds, then yes. Otherwise, yeah, you can spend your time doing something else. But in any case, a job well done.